We live in an environment now where we take survivors of sexual abuse very seriously. What would you say to folks who see this and they're like, you know what, they whitewashed that part?
I think the film takes place, from the 60s to 1988, so It does not go into the first allegations in like 2005.
What if one of the biggest movies about Michael Jackson is hiding the most controversial part of his life? Fans were expecting the full story, but instead, major allegations, key actors, and even entire storylines were suddenly cut. Now the internet is asking one question: what are they not showing us? The upcoming Michael Jackson biopic was supposed to be the ultimate tribute to the King of Pop, a film celebrating his music, his legacy, and his impact on the world. But behind the scenes, things got messy. Legal issues, family disagreements, and controversial decisions have turned this film into one of the most talked about projects in Hollywood right now. Let's start with the biggest issue. The film focuses on Michael's life from the 1960s to 1988. Sounds fine, right? But here's the problem. That timeline conveniently avoids the most controversial part of his life: the abuse allegations that surfaced later. Actor Coleman Domingo defended the decision, saying the film sticks to a specific era. But critics aren't buying it. Because here's the truth. The first public allegation against Michael Jackson actually came out in 1993, not 2005 like some people believe. And according to reports, that storyline was originally included in the film, but later removed. So naturally, fans are asking, was this a creative decision or something else? This is where things get even more complicated. After filming was already completed, the production team reportedly discovered something shocking. They didn't fully have the legal rights to tell certain parts of the story. Yes, imagine making a whole movie and then realizing you legally can't show key moments. There were also reports that a settlement involving one of the alleged victims included clauses that restrict how those events can be portrayed in films. So suddenly, the filmmakers had a serious problem. Instead of risking lawsuits, they made the decision to cut those scenes entirely. And just like that, one of the most controversial chapters in Michael Jackson's life disappeared from the movie. But it didn't stop there. Even actors weren't safe from these last-minute changes. Kat Graham, who was cast to play Diana Ross, revealed that her role was completely removed from the film. Her explanation? Legal considerations? That's all we got. No detailed explanation. No clarity. And when major roles start getting cut like this, it raises even more questions about what's really happening behind the scene. So what kind of movie are we actually getting? According to those involved in the production, this film is meant to be a celebration of Michael Jackson, his music, his legacy, his global impact, not his controversies. The goal? To bring joy, entertainment, and nostalgia to audiences. And from a business perspective, that makes sense, because controversy can hurt ticket sales. But from a storytelling perspective, it leaves a huge gap, because you can't tell the full story of Michael Jackson without addressing the parts that made headlines worldwide. Now here's where things get interesting. There are already talks about a part 2 of the film. And according to insiders, that sequel might explore the darker chapters of Michael's life. But fans are skeptical, because if those topics were too controversial for the first film, what's going to change in part 2? Will they finally address the allegations? Or will it be another carefully controlled version of events? At the end of the day, this biopic is already making headlines. And it hasn't even fully settled in theaters yet. It could still become the highest-grossing musical biopic of all time. But the real question isn't about money. It's this: are we getting the truth, or just the version they want us to see? Let me know what you think in the comments. Should the film have included everything, or is it okay to focus only on the legacy?